Welcome back, guys, to the Gears Cast. I started this show a while back, and we did a few episodes of the Gears Cast and ended up kind of moving on, guys. And I wanted to talk about just the Gears Cast returning, what you can expect from this show, and I'm so excited about it, guys, because I believe that the future of Gears of War is very bright. I know a lot of people are saying that Gears of War is dead at this point, dead in the water. It's in a limbo state, a state of no return. The Coalition isn't working on a new Gears of War title. They've completely moved on. There's a lot of things, guys, some negativity within the community. We're going to talk about all these different things in this episode of the Gears Cast. But overall, guys, the Gears Cast is us celebrating Gears of War and for what it is, guys, a franchise that we absolutely love. One of the big three, and in my mind, guys, obviously I'm a massive StarCraft fan, Call of Duty fan, and Gears of War fan. So those are the big three to me, the greatest games ever made. And Gears of War, guys, is a franchise that, I started playing and really participating in with the original Gears of War on the Xbox 360. And just so happened that when I purchased my Xbox 360, Gears of War is the game that came with it. And so I started, was the first game I ever played on Xbox 360, and ever since then, I've absolutely loved this franchise. Sure, guys, there's been peaks and valleys with this franchise from Judgment Day, which I thought was kind of the dark ages of Gears of War. And but overall, guys, when we talk about Gears of War 1 to 3, some of the, greatest experiences I've ever, witnessed. That being said, then we, move on to Judgment, and obviously it took a little while when there was that transition period over from Epic Games to, of course, the Coalition, and then the Coalition take over. And guys, it's been a valiant effort without a doubt. There's been things, obviously, with any game, whether you're talking Gears of War or Halo or any of these titles that are out there, there's going to be peaks and valleys with any franchise. And so here on the Gears Cast, guys, we're going to be talking about the future of Gears of War, the current, present. We're going to be talking about the past as well, but we're going to be really looking forward to the future with the Gears Cast. And that's what I'm really excited about, because I've said this many times, guys, that we all have to do our part in order to help grow the scene, grow the Gears of War scene. So whether we're talking creating content on YouTube, whether it's streaming on Twitch, talking about it on social media, on Reddit, and places of that nature, there's a lot of things that we need to do as a community. We need to do better. And I need to do better, because I talk a lot about different games on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to be putting way more emphasis on Gears of War, guys, moving forward to really help try to mold this thing into a scene that I have just absolutely grown to love. Like, this is a game that is one of my favorites ever, and I want to see it succeed more than anything. So with that being said, I got to do my part. I know that there's a lot of you out there that are also doing your part, but I think that we can continue to do more, whether it's supporting the esports side of Gears of War, whether it's, just supporting the game from watching people on Twitch, so, watching people on YouTube that are creating content around this game. I look at guys like, Shadows. It feels like Shadows is the one guy who's really consistently creating content around Gears of War. It's a real labor of love to him, you can tell. But he's also streaming on Twitch. There needs to be way more people like that, guys. And so I'm going to start doing my part in helping this Gears of War ecosystem, because had a conversation, back and forth conversation with Shadows the other day on Twitter, and we were just talking back and forth about how there's so much excitement for Gears 6 in particular. We're going to be talking about Gears 6 in this episode of the show, guys, but there's a lot of excitement around it. But the big thing is that we as a community have to, learn from the mistakes of the past, from like Gears 5 to what we can, kind of implement moving forward to really help the scene grow in a major way. I think that Gears of War is one of those niche titles right now, but how can we make it go from a niche title, which has a very close, very excited community, and a community that has been, together for so long? How can we go to the next level? How can we make that step, kind of like what Halo did when we saw, obviously Halo 5 Guardians was, very poorly received, and it was a number of years we could talk about the Halo, dark ages. And then we get Halo Infinite. It took one game to take you into a really poor direction with Halo. It took one game to bring you right back up into the I mean, into the forefront of the shooting genre. I mean, Halo is doing absolutely incredible, doing better than it's done in so long. How can we do something similar like that here in the Gears of War community? What is it going to take for us to take Gears to another level? What's that going to take? Because I've always said that Gears of War was always and has felt like it's been on the cusp of greatness. Like it was very close to getting to where these other games are. Maybe it wasn't ever going to be as big as Halo or was going to be as big as, say, Call of Duty or one of those titles. But how can we make this a sustainable title moving forward? That's what we're going to be talking about, guys, on the Gears Cast moving forward. I can't wait to share more with you guys. But it's back, guys. And with that, I want to start bringing on some guests onto the show, guys, that we can have talk about Gears of War at a high level, whether we're talking esports or from a casual perspective, horde mode, escape, all these different, modes that are coming out in the future, Gears 6 in particular, what that could look like, a Gears of War movie, Gears 7. Obviously, guys, Rod Ferguson, the studio head at the Coalition, or former studio head at the Coalition, had stated that we're getting a Gears 6, a Gears 7, and a Gears of War movie. Those were all confirmed by him. And so where do we stand with all that stuff? Those are things, guys, that we're going to be talking about here on the Gears Cast. But with that being said, guys, I hope you're as excited as me for the Gears Cast to return, and I can't wait to obviously be bringing out more and more Gears of War content to all of you, whether it's here on the YouTube channel or on Twitch, twitch.tv/0_TV. Let's get into the show.